computer. Perfect. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me today on a live, informative Zoom/Facebook Live. I have wonderful special guest here, Gill. She's a senior physio. She's a local physiotherapist. And I wanted her to jump in because she's helped me a lot with some of my niggles. But 2020 is a bit different at the moment. I've noticed on my iPhone or my steps have dramatically decreased from about 11, 12,000 to about 4,000. Sitting down a lot. I've never had like a neck pain. I'm getting a bit of pain, just tightness. I'm being a bit more conscious of my posture. Yeah. So yes. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Gill. And yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's start with that.
I work at Physio Inc. in Alexandria. I am the senior physio here and the clinic manager. So as you can tell, I'm not Australian originally, but I am now by citizenship. And yeah. I am also Canadian, but I've been practicing here in Alexandria for about 6 months. And I used to work on the North Shore prior to that with AFL and that sort of stuff. And now I'm here working with you lovely people.
Hey, Janine's just joined us today. Hi, Janine.
Hello.
Hi. Janine, this is Gill. She's a senior physiotherapist. I wanted to pop her online because I think we need her help just a little bit because everybody I speak to is working from home.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just going to go through some working from home setup stuff. But if anyone has any specific questions about other things, happy to chat about those as well.
Let's get through the ergonomics first.
Sure. Well, I'll just bring up my sheet that I have for you guys.
I was just saying, Janine, that I'm getting a bit tight here. I noticed.
Are you?
A little bit, and I'm like, oh, that's not right. Usually I've got my backpack on and I'm walking. Now I'm like that.
Yes.
On the coffee table.
Yeah.
Just turning into a gremlin.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just share my screen here.
Yep.
Whereas I'm getting tight in the hips.
Are you? Okay, from sitting.
Yeah, from sitting.
So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so as you can see, this lovely lady here is sitting very nicely at her desk. So she's made sure that her screen, where she's looking at the most, is kind of in line with her monitor. So if you're looking more at the top half of your screen for what you have to do, make sure you line it up that way. If you're looking more in the middle or bottom, then you may have to jump it up even a bit more. All the items she would use regularly, so like your keyboard, your mouse, glass of water, your phone, all of that stuff, keeping it nice and close to you. You have your elbows somewhat supported, so she doesn't have armrests here, but ideally you would want something there. And then just got good back support. Feet are flat on the floor in a nice 90-degree bend, and it's not crossing her legs or all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how you set up your desk 101. Everyone's got some weird stations at the moment because everyone's at the dining table.
Yes.
Yes? Is that what you're doing, Janine?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay. So in those kind of instances, like obviously it's not ideal, but you have to kind of make do with what you have. For instance, this past weekend, I went to Bunnings with my housemate and we went and bought some blocks of wood and we put them under his computer. And now he's just loving life. He also has gotten kind of a back roll where he can put that behind the small of his back so that his chair is a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things that you can kind of adjust, even though workstation's maybe not exactly how you would have it when you're at work. But that way it makes it a bit more feasible. Okay.
All right. Cool.
So this is the sheet I have. So again, making sure that you have all these kind of steps in place. So your monitor, where your eyes are looking, your desk, having things that are close. Your arms are in a good relaxed position, even with your wrists. So making sure you're not kind of doing this and you're not doing that.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Kind of making sure you keep those in a good place. Back is comfortable, legs and feet are flat, and that you're seated in good alignment, that you're not twisting things and you're not sitting kind of forward in that sort of position.
The big thing that I'm hearing from all of this is being conscious of what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do we be more conscious?
Well,
you
it
can
just
answer
comes
that.
to getting up a bit more and checking in. Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad that you said that, Jill, because I've been encouraging everyone to use there's a couple of like apps or even your phone to put on a little timer to get you to get up.
Yes.
Yeah, just to get you to get up and move up and move around, get your water, and just do those things, because if you don't do that, then you're going to be sitting at your desk for 2 hours straight and you're not going to even realize what's going on.
Yes, exactly. So I always recommend to people getting up kind of every hour at a minimum.
Yep.
Getting up, doing some stretches, even if it's just like you walk around your living room a couple times, or every time you're on the phone with like a meeting that you're on the phone and you're walking around.
Yep.
Those kind of things just to help break up the day. Another thing that's really good is, make sure you go and have a lunch break. Don't just eat your lunch and stay at your desk. Have a dinner break if you are working into the evening. All those things that you would do at a normal workstation or a work day at your work location, you need to take those into practice even though you're working from home.
All I'm hearing is schedule.
Yeah.
Get a schedule happening within reason.
Yeah.
Get a schedule happening.
Yeah, definitely.
So routine.
Janine, do you have any questions for Jill? I really like that little PDF. Do you think we can have a little sneaky? Can we have it?
Do you want me to email it to you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, that would be nice.
That's easy. I can email it to you. No problem.
Any questions? No, I mean, what do you do for hip flexors that are tight? And I think it's because I'm sitting more, whereas if I'm at work, I'm standing. And I tried with boxes on my dining room table to lift up my computer, and that's just not working.
Oh, just sit at a higher height.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
How often are you getting up from your chair?
Probably not as often as I should.
And then what do you have at home for equipment? Do you have like a spiky ball or a tennis ball or anything like that?
I've got a tennis ball, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll grab my spiky ball here and I'll show you what I like to do with it. So, let's move this out of the way. Let's put this on here. Okay, so I just kind of find the front of my hip bone here.
Yeah.
And then I want to put the ball kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I get up here on the bed, and then I just kind of find that little sweet spot.
Okay.
And then you can just kind of hang out there.
All right.
If you're on a bed, it's going to be a lot more comfortable.
Yep.
than if you're on a hard surface.
Yep.
So that's how you can make it more intense or less intense. And then obviously the more I lean into it, the more intense it will be. And the more I lean away from it, the less intense it will be.
Okay.
And if you really want to like put it through your paces, you can add a little bit of active release into it. So kind of stretching through the front of your hip as you're kind of pushing through there.
Okay.
And that will kind of get right in there as well. You're likely getting a bit stiff on the outside as well. So even finding the front of your hip bone again. And instead of just going here, you can go on the side.
Okay.
And then also kind of releasing
right
through there.
Would foam rolling do the same?
Foam rolling just doesn't quite get in the spot.
Okay.
It will on the side, but not so much at the front.
Okay.
Yeah. Another one that's quite good is some strengthening for it as well. Are you doing any strengthening stuff like that, Sally?
Strengthening for?
For the hip flexors.
Tell me again, educate me.
Are you doing
yes, we're doing work. So just like the marches, we're doing maybe some hip thrusters, holds, anything, not, I guess nothing that specific.
Okay, no, that sounds like a good place to start. Another one that would be good is even when you get up, you do some back extension stuff.
Yeah, we're doing those as a warm up, yep.
Like those can be quite good. So even just kind of put your hands up against the wall, and then you're just extending through your back. So letting your arms stay straight and locked out so that you're not bending them. You're not doing a push-up. You're just extending through your back. That can actually help quite a bit as well.
Yep. Okay, cool. I got another question.
Sure.
One client said to me, what's the maximum amount of time that you should be sitting on your desk? Like, is there a time limit?
Oh, don't know that there's a time limit necessarily, but you know, they say sitting is the new smoking. So if you sit for a long, long time, it's not good for you. I always recommend people get up every hour, but you could definitely get up more often than that.
Yeah. Okay. Every hour. And it's cumulative. The longer you sit, the more you sit, the more, you know, you're not supposed to sit for that long.
No, and I don't think anybody's built for that as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are starting to recognize that they maybe have a little bit of a hip issue they didn't know about because they're sitting a lot longer, and then it's driving this back pain that they're getting.
Yeah. The other thing was my client Bill. This is one for Bill. He's just he's getting a bit of cramps in his leg when he's sitting down.
Cramping in his legs?
Yeah.
Is he drinking enough water and enough electrolytes?
Maybe not. There you go, Bill. Drink some water. Firstly,
water, electrolytes.
Get up every hour. Yeah, no, he does forget. He does forget to drink water. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I think like at the moment, like we do have a lot of hip things that are coming up. Maybe a little bit of lower back. That back extension would be really good for some people.
Yep.
And the big thing is getting up. Big thing is getting up and your desk, creating it in a way where you're definitely gonna benefit from it, because we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Janine?
Yeah, this is the new reality for a while. Yeah.
Yes. Are you seeing anything come up recently, Jill, like that you never thought would come up before in terms of injuries, or is it just the kind of same thing but exacerbated?
Everyone, it's same stuff, but it's obviously like some of the little niggles that people have had for a long time. And then everyone's a bit stressed. Things are not the same right now. You can't see your friends, can't see your family, you can't do some of the normal things you would do to unwind. And so some of those things are kind of popping up and being a bit more aggressive at the moment, because mentally we're just not as happy as we normally are, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people complaining about tight hamstrings and tight wrists.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, that could be typewriting.
Yeah, it could be the typing. Yeah.
Yeah, which is I guess like tight hamstrings could be specific to that person. Everybody's different. Like Janine, you've got tight hip flexors. Somebody else has tight hamstrings. Like What would you say to someone who's presented with all of these? Like the first thing, what's your first question that you'd ask them, Jill?
How often are you getting up?
Boom! I'm just baiting you, aren't I? I'm like, yeah. I've actually paid her for this.
Set up. Are you working from a laptop? Do you have an external keyboard? Do you have an external mouse? Can you get one? All those kinds of things.
Yeah. And so what would be the easiest hack for people? Go to Bunnings?
So
about setting up their desk.
Well, we went to Bunnings and we got, my housemate measured like how long his desk was and how wide it was. And we kind of figured he needed about 5 centimeters of height. Yeah. And we just went to Bunnings and he bought this long block of wood. They'll cut it in half for you, and they don't charge you for the first cut. Yeah. It cost him $25.
And where do you put that? Where do you put that?
Underneath under his monitor.
Underneath your monitor.
Bring his monitor up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And cheap fit.
Yeah. Okay. So we need
to like a little bit of a non-slip mat that he put underneath of it, and he's happy as.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna Jill's definitely gonna do the sneaky and send me the information because she's awesome, and I'll be putting on the page. The other thing is, what is your view on standing compared to sitting down when you're at home?
So or when you're standing as a workstation?
Yeah, when you're working,
I think it's fine, but you have to wear, good footwear.
Good footwear, yeah.
Okay, so thongs or bare feet, not ideal. Yeah. And if you're not used to standing in the same spot for a long time, you do need to vary it. You can't just like say, today I'm going to stand for 8 hours. Like, you're going to be exhausted.
Yes.
Your body's going to be sore, and not necessarily sore in the right ways as well. So all of the ways that we like to stand and do things, your body will take that path of least resistance, whether it's the right way or the wrong way. And you can flare up other things, but the idea is that you just change position and you keep moving. Should everyone be exercising, Jill? Should they? Do you think it will help? Yeah, 100%.
What sort of exercise, Jill?
You know, whatever you like.
Everything Sally does.
Everything
That's it. Listen, she's a physio, okay? If you're injured or if you need some help, I'm more than happy to connect you with Jill. She's great. She does in person. You're doing in person now, aren't you?
We're still doing face-to-face, and we're doing telehealth consults. So if you can't come in or you're scared about coming in, that's fine. We can meet up on the computer too. That's fine. Easy.
And I think the biggest thing, if you have a niggle, you treat it straight away, because it can get worse and it's a domino effect and gets bigger and bigger, and then there's 3 months later something's happened and you can't work and whatever.
Yes.
But that's the biggest thing. Nip it on the butt straight away. And you know, like, usually when you injure yourself, it's not acute. It's unless someone's pushed you and you've just, like, you know, broken your leg. It's usually done over time and you don't even realize. So nip it at the butt straight away. Go and see Jill, and realize that the treatment is not going to be like a band-aid and fix. It takes time plus the exercises. That way you're not gonna repeat it and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yes.
There was another thing I wanted to ask you. I think it was nothing about back pain. I think that I'll ask you later, but I forgot now. But biggest takeaways, Janine, from today?
Routine, water, moving, and ensuring that you are sitting in an appropriate position if you're sitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good time.
That's it. That's great. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this little quick informative information about movement in 2020. Thank you, Janine. And thank you, I guess, Jill.
Thank you, Jill.
You've definitely helped us just to kind of, sift through the information that is the world today, and just made us realize that we need to definitely stick to the foundations and go from there.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Everyone, I'll put Jill's contact details if anyone wants to go and see her for any problems. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right. Bye.